Hi everyone, welcome to this podcast. Where are the women? Conversations about women in the music industry. My name is Sandra, and before anything else, I want to start this space by telling you why I created this podcast. I work in digital marketing for musicians for the past few years, also for organizations. And I've been helping artists, especially emerging ones, understanding how to grow their audiences, how to position their projects, and how to navigate an industry that is constantly changing. But beyond strategies, content, and platforms, I've always been deeply connected to the human side of music. The stories, the struggles, the dreams behind every project. And somewhere along the way, working with artists, speaking with creatives, building communities, I started noticing something. Many of the conversations I was having with women in the music industry felt very similar. Different countries, different genres, different roles, but the same patterns. Feeling underestimated. Feeling like they had to prove themselves twice as much, feeling like there were spaces they weren't fully invited into. And at the same time, something else was happening. I kept meeting incredibly talented, powerful, creative women, women who were building projects, leading teams, creating opportunities, and opening doors not only for themselves, but for others too. And I thought, what would happen if we create a space where these stories could be heard, where women in the music industry could speak openly, not just about success, but about the reality behind it, where we could connect, learn from each other, and maybe feel a little less alone in this process. I created a company to promote women in the music industry, especially with digital marketing. And the name is Fundación WM or Foundation WM. And that's how this podcast was born. Where are the women? Not as a complaint, more as an invitation to have a conversation. Because the truth is, when you start looking at the industry more closely, you realize that this question has weight. Reports like the Musician Union Census in the UK have shown that more than half of women in music have experienced gender discrimination at some point in their careers. Research from the USC Edinburgh Inclusion Initiative has consistently highlighted the underrepresentation of women, especially in roles like producers, songwriters, where the percentage is still significantly low, less than 12%. Organizations like Pure's Foundation, through initiatives such as Key Change, have also pointed out how festival lineups and industry spaces have historically functioned as what many describe as a boys' club. Informal networks where opportunities, bookings, and visibility often circulate within the same predominantly male circle. This idea of the boys' club isn't just a perception. It's something that has been widely discussed in studies, panels, and books across the industry, highlighting how access is often shaped not only by talent but by networks, proximity, and representation. Reports like Be the Change by Annenberg Inclusion Initiative and data shared by Women in Music and Sound Girls continue to reinforce the same message. Women are present, but not equally represented, especially behind the scenes. And beyond the numbers, there are the lived experiences, I have actually never felt discriminated for being a woman. But I realized that sometimes my colleagues get more projects or clients than me, and I asked myself why. Then I was reading an article named Girls at Work: Gender Identities, Sex Segregation, and Employment Experiences of Leonard, 2007. And he pointed out that the networking in the music business normally occurred in male dominated places, or as he mentions, old boys club, such as bars, pubs, or late night events. Events where I was not there, but my colleagues were. So, other experiences that I have heard: the subtle comments, the lack of opportunities, the lineups where you see one or no women, the rooms where decisions are made and we are not always present. But I want to be very clear about something. This podcast is not here to give the answer. It's not here to position itself as the ultimate solution. This is more a space for conversation. Also to show how other women have succeeded. Because I truly believe that change doesn't happen in isolation. It happens when we start listening to each other, when we share knowledge, when we open doors, when we say, I've been there too. So, in this podcast, we are bringing together women from different areas of the music industry. We'll have a lawyer talking about copyrights, what they are, how to protect your work, and most importantly, how to actually use them to monetize your music and build a sustainable career. We'll talk to a promoter working in the DJ scene who will share what it's been like to exist in that space as a woman and how she has actively worked to include more women in lineups and create a more balanced opportunity. We'll hear from a producer and sound engineer who will open up about her experiences in studios, about the dynamics she's faced, and what it means to claim space in a field that is still heavily male dominated. We'll also have conversations with DJs about how they enter this scene, the strategies they use to open doors for themselves, and the realities behind building a name in that world. And through all these conversations, there's something that connects everything. Not perfection, not having it all figured out, but resilience, creativity, and most important, community. Because if there is one thing I've learned through my work, it's that we are not meant to do this alone. The music industry can feel competitive. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel like there's no space or there is not enough space. But what if that's not entirely true? What if instead of competing, we start collaborating? What if instead of waiting for opportunities, we create them together? What if instead of feeling isolated, we build networks of support that actually sustain us? This podcast is an invitation to that, to connect, to learn, to support, and to remind ourselves that there is space for us here. So, if you're an artist, a producer, a DJ, a manager, a creative, or simply someone who loves music and wants to see a more inclusive industry, you are part of this conversation. Because women, we are here. We've always been here. creating, leading, innovating, and now we are also connecting. So this is just the beginning. Welcome to Where Are the Women? Conversations about women in the music industry.